Yo, what up? You can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the video. So I want to talk about something that has been on my mind. I want to say that I really don't like where modern debates and modern politics is going, in the direction that it's going. I feel like we're straying so far, either we're overcorrecting too far left or too far right. I want to give this like analogy with a car. You know, whenever you should, let's say you stray off the path a little bit, you just move your wheel slightly to the left and you just go on the path, right? You straighten it afterwards, or you go towards the right and whatever, la di da di da. And what I want to say is that I see people, instead of doing like this correction, they just completely flip the wheel and they go sideways. You know, it's like I see a lot of this, and I also watched this video, and I really don't like to watch these types of videos because they emotionally engage me, because I don't want to seem like a bitch, I'm gonna be honest, but they piss me off because I feel so bad that these people just go out there spewing nonsense, putting other people down. Like, for example, there was this video that I watched about loser son epidemic or something. No, a male loser epidemic, I think it was. And it was basically women complaining, like millennial women complaining about men being losers, right? And also, I want to say, I give this example with women towards men, but this also happens with men towards women. But I can only speak for myself, what I see. But what pisses me off is that the appropriate response to a lot of people would be to shame these women or to belittle them. But I do not believe that belittling people is the right choice of action. Basically, I don't think that responding aggressively to a lot of people will basically change minds. I think that this will never happen. If you want to be the one above all, if you want to be the person that shifts minds or that changes minds or that makes people be less radicalized, screaming at them, belittling them is not gonna do you any good. Of course, I'm gonna talk about what I see with men, but this happens to women too. But I cannot give examples for women because I'm not a woman. But this is just a weird example. You don't have to literally listen to this one. But what I'm trying to say is that there is this like subconscious hatred towards the other person. And I see this bleed into Romania as well, where I live at. Like, for example, my grandma told me, oh, like I had like a attack or something, like a panic attack or something, and I was like, what happened? And she told me I met like a friend from really long ago. We were still friends, whatever, and I asked him who did he vote for, and I go, uh-oh, grandma, what did he tell you? and she said, oh, he voted for that guy. And if you're not familiar, I'm just gonna give you very brief summary of Romanian elections. So basically, there was this guy that wanted to make nationalism, basically bring back communism, and a lot of people voted for him because he made a lot of TikTok propaganda, right? And a lot of people are on his side because he preached change. And then my grandma talked to this man, right? And their long friend, right? And he said that he wanted to see change. And she started arguing with him and whatever, and then I realized, like, this is such a wrong way to come about this problem. Because, like, for example, I know people that have voted for far right. If I were to say that, I don't think it's far right. I just think that it's lunacy in our situation specifically. But still, other people, they just go, oh, you're so stupid. Like, do you not think? Like, calm down, bro. Like, how does this make you look? Like, whenever you're having a debate or like whenever you're arguing like normal adults, who is the one that looks more right? If I were to like just show you from the outside, let's say they speak another language, you don't understand one thing they're saying, and one is going like, and the other one is like, okay, but I just want to change, whatever. Who in your mind looks more reasonable? In my own opinion, the person that is calm. We have to talk like rational adult people. And look, I love my grandma, she has her health problems, so but I told her, grandma, you will not change a person's mind if you scream at them. What is going to happen is you're gonna do the exact polar opposite. You are gonna radicalize them even more. You know what changes people? Acceptance. Questions. If you ask enough questions, there will be two scenarios. Either they will start to feel stupid if they are wrong, and they will anger and they will scream at you, or secondly they'll be like, damn man, what, like, actually, like, I see where he's coming from, or maybe I didn't know what I was talking about, right? None of these involve me screaming at another person. The best thing to do is if you want to change a person's mind, if is to make them think that they thought that up. You, as the benefactor or the person that is the second party, you have to lead them to the water. But even when you lead them to the water, they may not drink. It is what it is, boys. We will not bitch and complain about this. Shit happens. Life is life. But what I would tell you is a lot of times some people are just very emotional, and I want to coin a term for this. I still don't have a specific term for this, but I would call it snap judgment. They just instantly, when they hear something, they make instant emotional decisions, how they make them, how it makes them feel, and then they bend reality to how they feel. And this is very wrong, because you're supposed to do the exact opposite. You're supposed to bend your emotion to how reality is. But I see this with my grandpa, grandma, mom. I see this with my friends, my brother, with people on the internet, especially whenever I get mean comments. Half of if not most of the comments are that. And I want to tell you what I would do whenever I would think you have to be mindful. So what I would do is, you're probably wrong. Let's dissect this. So let's say I have the sky is blue. I'm gonna give an example. The sky is blue. Why do you think that? Because I observed it. So what is this that you're observing? And then the more you dissect the reason why the sky is blue, if the evidence concurs and is basically like, yes, the sky is blue, you agree. If not, you don't pursue this idea. But the problem is with people is that they make this snapped judgment and then they bend reality, as I said. So what is this? A lot of times people bring up religion. Why is that? Because that brings the snap judgment. That brings the snap judgment because it switches people from thinking with their brain to thinking with their amygdala, basically, the part that is emotion in your own brain. And whenever the amygdala is triggered, you can no longer have rational thought. It's just emotional, black and white. This is not in a racist way, you know what I mean? It's like you don't have gray areas in your line of thinking, in your morale, in your rationale, whatever you want to call it. So what happens is people, their amygdala activates, and then they just, oh no, I want change, I don't care, these people are Satanists, these people are like whatever, they're brainwashed by the West. And this is what happens with modern politics. It's amygdala argumentation. Oh, and also, while I'm on the Romanian election topic, what change do you want? What is it that you want? What is this perplexing mystery that you want? Especially this person. This person was wealthy. This person that I'm talking about. What change could you possibly want? You have everything that you could possibly ask for. What do you want? I do not understand. It's like, for example, like I see these people where it's like, oh my god, like, did you see this new president? What did he do? Oh, he raised taxes by 60%. And I go, where did you hear that number? What did he raise taxes to specifically by 60%? Say what. He raised taxes by 60%. On what? What is this? What is this blank man statement? Jesus Christ. Jesus. Blanket statement. W's in the chat. W's in the chat, bro. It's like, raise taxes by 60%, bro. What taxes? There are hundreds of different types of taxes, bro. Which kind, bro? I don't want to get too deep into this, but anyway, you get what I mean. It is literal emotional argumentation. And how can you have a fair interaction or a loving, faithful relationship or a friendship with a person that subconsciously hates you? We have gone from being able to have adult debates to being so radical. This is wrong. Everything taken too far, everything taken too much to the extreme is wrong. The truth is in the middle. So whenever I see a lot of these radical people, and it genuinely hurts my heart, like literally, like I see some of people that I respect so much, some people that I had so much, I held them in such high regard, and it literally hurts my heart. People that I love in my family, and you cannot change people. You gotta accept them how they are. That is the final thought that I wanna say, Dio, is that you cannot change people no matter how hard you try. You shouldn't try to change their minds. You should put them on a path that leads them to change their mind. Okay, I give an example of like flat earthers and changing people's minds. but I blab too much. I like go too much, and I just cut it out. And anyway, I just needed to add the context. Whenever you have provided that person with enough evidence that the earth isn't flat and they do not change their minds, this is not the person that wants to have their mind changed. This is not the person that usually uses rationale, and this is not the person that you are going to change their mind. No line of thinking, no specific like paragraph of dialogue is gonna shift this person. You're not All Might or Better Call Saul. You're not gonna, oh my god, suddenly you just made this person realize what big lapse of judgment they made. You will not do this. People are gonna be people, and sometimes you cannot change them. And what do I say to you? What do you do with this? Some people will tell you to cut them out. I tell you to accept them as they are, because people aren't perfect. Like, I have people in my family that hate women, that hate men, that are racist, and I accept them because I love them, because they're my family. Here's the thing with cutting people out. You shouldn't cut people out like this. This is literally like, if you are, oh, I'm not gonna be a sheep, and you just do everything literally opposite as the shepherd tells you, you are still being controlled. If you go like, I don't want to be radicalized, so you do opposite of the radical people, you are still radicalized. It's just that you're in a different direction. You know what I mean? You're in the other part of the spectrum. If people are mean to you, or they're like, sometimes, like, I'm gonna be honest, if I filtered everybody that was mean to me, or racist, or sexist, or misandrous, is that the word for hating men? Or hating men, I don't know, whatever you want to say, or literally anything, like anything remotely negative, I would not have anybody to talk to. I mean, it's not like I talk to a lot of people as is, but you know what I mean. You cannot filter everybody out, bro. Like, calm down, bro. Like, some people have their faults. It's fine. You do not have to have this perfect human being next to you. You don't need Adam Warlock to be your boyfriend or your friend. You know, it is what it is. Because there are people, they are inherently gray in morality. We are not Superman. We are not perfect. We are not a knight in shining armor. So I just accept people as they are. I know this is gonna seem like a, oh my god, no shit, Sherlock situation, but I wanted to talk about this because I'm so upset at what I see with modern day politics. I think I'm gonna completely not watch politics at all. I have this conspiracy theory, and I wanted to put this at the beginning of the video, but I thought that people are gonna call me crazy if I do. Okay, the conspiracy theory, I didn't explain it like really well, so I'm gonna explain it after making the video. My conspiracy theory is basically that the elites, after they notice that the people actually have the power and they're no longer stupid and they have resources, because we live in modern day, they basically were like, oh, let's make this great ploy to make people, to divide and conquer these people. And what did they think of? Let's divide them by politics, let's divide them by men and women, let's divide them by age and generation. And look at what happened today. Boomers hate Gen Zs. Gen Zs hate millennials. Millennials, they're just millennials, okay? Everybody hates each other. Women against men. Everybody against everybody. And this is very wrong, bro. It's like, I also see this with like rich people. It's like, oh, if he's rich, it's okay to hate on them. No, it's not okay to hate on people, period. If they do not provoke you, it's not okay to hate on them. And sometimes, even if they provoke you, it's not okay to hate on them. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into this no shit Sherlock situations, because I had enough of these already. But what I want to say with this is that they realized on Occupy Wall Street, I think it was, Asmongold told me about that. Told me, I'm not literally, like, he didn't literally told me about that. I saw it in the video and I was like, damn, he's speaking something. And I looked it up and I think he's right, I'm gonna be honest. Especially around the 9/11, like, era. By that I mean approximately that decade. Please don't be like, oh, well, actually, oh, well, that happened in 2001 and this happened in 2011. Well, actually, stop. This is little dick energy. I hate to use the feminism insult, but literally, like, calm down. Listen to the sentiment or the idea of what I'm talking about, not the specifics. This is off script, a lot of this stuff that I do, okay? So keep that in mind. Basically, the rich realized, or the super uber powerful rich people, don't think like this is like a multi-millionaire. This is like, you can't even imagine how much money these people have, type of money. And these people just realized, oh, the normal people actually have the power, you know, the hive mind of actual society. So what did they do is they just basically divided and conquered us, and they have succeeded. They have literally, think about this, French Revolution, every single revolution, what happens is the oligarchs pay the peasants to fight against the monarchs. So it's literally the oligarchs and the monarchs, or the rich people, is like a class of rich people and another class of extremely rich people. Both of those are extremely rich, by the way, and they just put normal people, the hive mind of humanity, to just fight against each other. That is literally happening right now. The problem is not literally like stabbing people or like shooting people. Sometimes it is, but it's not. It's burning Teslas and rioting and stuff like that. That's what happens now. And I just hate that we have so much divide on stuff that is supposed to be a no shit Sherlock situation. Also, I keep going on side tangents, but this is my video, okay? I'm gonna go on as many side tangents as I want. Top 10 stutters of all time, by the way. You can see it now, blatantly, with the Epstein list. You can see it, it's in your face, it's so in your face. Are we talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. Yes. We are talking about. I'm gonna take that man to my grave if I have. I'm gonna talk my grandchildren. I'm gonna be like Hector. I'm gonna be like ringing the bell, and they're gonna with the Ouija board, and they're gonna be like, okay, he's gonna be EP, and he's gonna be like, Grandpa, stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He's gonna be like that, bro. Yes, we are still talking about Jeffrey Epstein. I'm a small channel, I do not want to get too deep into that, because those words will get me flagged by YouTube, but of course we're gonna talk about that subject. That is one of my, like, big fucking slam dunk for them, bro. Why aren't they release that shit? We all know that he's on the list. I'm gonna be very broad. We all know that he's on the list, okay? He's okay. More than okay. Nothing wrong is gonna happen to him. Okay? Just release that list. Like, for example, I saw that trans woman going into the woman's bathroom at Disney World. Like, that is crazy. I refuse to believe that normal, rational thinking trans people that have nothing, like, they don't have anything against other people and they just want to be left alone and treated normally. I do not believe that those people would agree with what that person did. Why can't you just not spur up trouble? Why can't you just leave people alone? Like, there are children there, especially with problems with children. Can we, as a society, together, to be congruent with children's problems? Like, can we not be divided about this? Children should be treated right. Just release that list. Okay, back to the conspiracy about divide and conquer. So what they have started is they basically pitched, they bought like different news sites. They bought, like, they had a lot of robots. They had a lot of, like, I see this with Muslims and Christians. It's like, oh my god, Christ is Lord, or like Allah is Lord, or whatever. Like, these are robots. These are literal propaganda robots. What I see is, I think that they have succeeded. They have divided and conquered the people. Because I see a lot of the stuff that is in my country and in your country too, in the USA or anywhere else. You can give examples too. The political parties have such fanaticism. They're like cult leaders. Like, literally, they have succeeded in dividing and conquering the people. What happened is basically critical thinking is no longer rewarded with these people. They have pitched people against each other. They have consumed over media and basically turned it into propaganda, and you don't even know it. That is the funny thing about it. The best propaganda is the one that you don't see. And the propaganda has worked. Whenever you have Romania having the same problems as USA in politics, you have got your propaganda to work. Your swaying of politics has worked. This started in America. I don't know if it's gonna end in America, but I think that even so, it's salvageable. People are salvageable. Even though people individually, they aren't strong, I think that humanity is a hive mind. We shouldn't think of each other like individuals. We are a hive mind. If you have a million people, you can do whatever you want. And I want to tell you that do not listen to this rhetoric, to this bullshittery that they tell you. Do not listen to this. This is specifically made to radicalize you. This is specifically driven by algorithm. You have literal teams of psychiatrists and psychologists that are specifically catering to human behavior, to human whatever, like I don't have the words, to human tendencies, and they're specifically targeting your lapses in your human biology and your mentality and your brain, make you turn into what you are turning into, and basically like a wild animal that is like fanatics of either one ideation of another or another. Do not listen to these people. They are radicalizing you, and you need to put the fucking phone down. You need to put the news down. You need to take this with a grain of salt, because they have succeeded. Whenever you have fights between people that loved each other and that they were friends since high school or since they were like young adults, and they're having fights at 60 years of age or 70, and they're no longer talking to each other over politics, you have radicalized the people, and you as a top person have succeeded in dividing the people and conquering them. It saddens me. Anyway, I went, like, this was without script, so I blabbed on too long. Anyway, I'm gonna get to editing this video. I don't want to get too grim, I don't want to get too negative. I'm probably gonna make another positive video. I watched Breaking Bad, I just finished it, and I want to talk about it. But yeah, I had this on my chest, and I wanted to talk about this. Take care of yourself, have a nice day, and don't be radicalized by these people. Do not listen to them.